I watched my husband kiss another woman at our anniversary party, and I smiled. Everyone thought I was broken. They whispered behind champagne glasses, their eyes full of pity. Poor Sarah. Poor, stupid Sarah. But they didn't know what I knew. They didn't see what I saw. And that smile? It wasn't weakness. It was a promise. Let me take you back 3 hours before that kiss. Before everything exploded. Before I became someone else entirely. My name is Sarah Coleman, and 6 years ago, I married the man everyone wanted. David Chen. Tall, handsome, smart. He had this way of making you feel like you were the only person in the room. My father, Richard Coleman, loved him like a son. Maybe more than he loved me. Dad owned Coleman Industries. Manufacturing, real estate, technology. 40 years of blood and sweat built into something beautiful. When he got sick 2 years ago, his heart failing slowly, he made me promise something. Sarah, he whispered from his hospital bed, his hand cold in mine. Don't let David run the company alone. Watch him. Trust your gut, not his words. I didn't understand then. Dad died 3 weeks later, and David cried at the funeral. Real tears. I saw them. I believed them. The will reading happened on a Tuesday. Dad left everything to me. 51% of Coleman Industries. David got nothing directly, but as my husband, he had access to everything. Within a month, David was CEO. I signed the papers because I loved him. Because he said we were a team. Because I was tired and grieving and wanted someone else to carry the weight. That was my first mistake. The party tonight was supposed to celebrate our 6-year anniversary. David planned everything at the Crystal Room, the fanciest hotel in the city. 200 guests. Politicians, business partners, society people who smiled with their mouths but not their eyes. I wore a red dress. David's favorite color. I spent 3 hours getting ready, wanting to look perfect for him, wanting him to see me the way he used to. But when I arrived, David barely looked at me. He was across the room, laughing with a woman I'd never seen before. She was beautiful, young. Her hand kept touching his arm, lingering too long. My best friend Monica grabbed my elbow. Sarah, who is that? I don't know. You should find out. But I didn't move. Something in my chest felt wrong. Heavy. Like standing at the edge of a cliff. David's business partner, Marcus Webb, approached with his wife Jennifer. Marcus was older, careful with his words. He'd worked with my father for 20 years. Sarah, Marcus said quietly, we need to talk. Privately. Now? It's my anniversary party. Jennifer touched my hand. Her eyes were sad. It's important, honey. Very important. We went to a small room off the main hall. Marcus closed the door. The party music faded to a dull thump. I've been looking into the company finances, Marcus said. Something's not right. Money's disappearing. Contracts are being signed that make no sense. And Sarah, your signature is on all of them. My stomach dropped. What do you mean, my signature? Papers authorizing major sales. Transfers of assets. Millions of dollars moving to offshore accounts. Marcus pulled out a folder. But you didn't sign these, did you? I looked at the papers. My name. Perfectly copied. Over and over. But the handwriting was just slightly off. Too perfect. Too even. No, I whispered. I didn't sign any of these. Forgery, Jennifer said. David's been forging your signature. The room spun. I grabbed the back of a chair. That's not possible. David wouldn't. There's more. Marcus's voice was gentle but firm. The woman he's with tonight? That's Rebecca Stone. She works for him. They've been together for 2 years, Sarah. Maybe longer. 2 years. While I kissed him goodnight. While I planned our future. while I trusted him with everything my father built. Everyone knows, Jennifer added softly. Everyone except you. I'm so sorry. I wanted to scream, to cry, to run. But something else happened instead. Something cold settled into my bones. A clarity I'd never felt before. Show me everything, I said. We stayed in that room for an hour. Marcus had been investigating for months, collecting evidence. Forged signatures. Shell companies. Real estate sold at fraction prices to David's friends, then resold for millions. My father's company was being stripped clean, piece by piece. Why didn't you tell me sooner? I asked. Marcus looked ashamed. I wasn't sure. And David? He's convincing. I thought maybe I was wrong. But then Rebecca started showing up at company events, wearing expensive jewelry, driving cars we don't pay her enough to afford. I couldn't ignore it anymore. What do I do? You fight, Jennifer said. You own 51%. You have the power. Use it. But I knew David. He was 10 steps ahead of everyone. Always. If I confronted him now, he'd have excuses. Lawyers. Ways to twist everything. No, I said slowly. I need proof. Real proof. Something he can't explain away. Monica burst into the room. Sarah, you need to come back. Now. The party had changed. The lights were dimmer. Music softer. David stood on the small stage, microphone in hand. Rebecca beside him. Her hand was in his. My heart stopped. Thank you all for coming, David said. His voice was warm, confident. Tonight, we're celebrating 6 wonderful years. But I have another announcement. No. Please, no. Sarah and I. He paused, looked directly at me. And I saw it. The cruelty in his eyes. The satisfaction. We're getting divorced. Gasps. Whispers. 200 people staring at me. And, David continued, squeezing Rebecca's hand, I'm proud to announce that Rebecca and I are expecting a baby. Our baby. The room exploded. Phones came out. Camera flashes. Someone's drink shattered on the floor. I stood frozen. Everyone watching. Waiting for me to fall apart. To cry. To make a scene. David walked toward me. Rebecca followed, her smile poisonous sweet. I'm sorry you had to find out this way, David said, loud enough for people nearby to hear. But let's be honest, Sarah. You haven't been a real wife in years. Too focused on yourself. Too cold. A man has needs. You should be grateful, Rebecca added, touching her flat stomach. At least now you're free to find someone who actually wants you. If anyone does. Laughter. Actual laughter from some guests. This was the moment I was supposed to break. To run out crying. To become the pathetic wife everyone pitied. Instead I smiled. A real smile. Slow and dangerous. You're right, David, I said clearly. I should thank you. His confidence faltered. Just for a second. Because you just made this so much easier for me. I turned to Marcus, who stood at the edge of the crowd. Call the lawyers. All of them. Emergency meeting tomorrow morning. Then I looked at David. Really looked at him. 6 years. You played the long game. I respect that. But you forgot one thing. What's that? His voice was tight now. My father didn't just leave me the company. He left me his lessons too. And the most important one. I leaned closer, whispered so only he could hear. Never trust a man who wants your power more than he wants you. I walked out, head high, red dress blazing, 200 people watching. The war had begun. I didn't sleep that night. I sat in my father's old study, surrounded by his books and photographs. On his desk was a letter. Sealed. My name on the envelope in his handwriting. I'd found it months ago but couldn't bring myself to open it. Too painful. But tonight, I needed him. The letter was short. My dearest Sarah, if you're reading this, I'm gone. And if I know David, he's already started taking what's not his. I saw it in him from the beginning. The hunger. The charm that covers ambition. I tried to warn you, but you were in love. I understand. Your mother had me the same way. Inside this desk's hidden drawer, press the lion's head twice, you'll find everything you need. Documents. Recordings. Proof of who David really is. I've been watching him since the day you met. I'm sorry I couldn't protect you from the pain, but I can give you the weapons to fight back. Be strong, my girl. Be smart. And remember, silence is not weakness. It's strategy. All my love, Dad. My hands shook as I pressed the carved lion's head on the desk. Twice. A drawer clicked open. Inside were files. USB drives. Photographs of David with Rebecca going back 3 years. Bank statements showing money moving through fake companies. Recorded conversations where David laughed about the stupid wife who signs whatever I put in front of her. My father had known everything. He'd documented everything. He'd given me an arsenal. I spent the rest of the night reading, watching, listening. By sunrise, I knew every dirty secret, every crime, every lie. David thought he'd won. He thought the public humiliation would break me, would make me run away quietly while he took everything. He was wrong. The emergency meeting happened at 9 a.m. in the Coleman Industries boardroom. 12 board members. Marcus, the company lawyers, and me. David arrived 15 minutes late, Rebecca on his arm. Bold. Shameless. This better be important, David said, sitting at the head of the table. My father's chair. I have a busy day. Oh, it's important. I placed a folder in front of each board member. These are documents showing systematic fraud, embezzlement, and forgery committed by our CEO over the past 2 years. David's face went white. That's ridiculous. Sarah, you're embarrassed about last night, I understand, but making false accusations. Page 3, I said calmly. Your signature authorizing the sale of our Baltimore property for $2 million to a company called Stone Enterprises, owned by Rebecca's brother. You sold it for $2 million. They resold it 3 months later for $15 million. Page 7 shows the money trail. Marcus flipped through his folder. His face hardened. Page 12, I continued. Forged signatures. My signatures. Authorizing asset transfers. I've had a handwriting expert examine them. The report is attached. This is insane, David stood up. You can't prove. Page 20. My voice didn't rise. Didn't shake. Audio recordings. You and Rebecca discussing how to drain the company dry before the stupid bitch notices. Your words, David. Not mine. Silence. Heavy and thick. Board member Victoria Chen spoke first. Is this true, David? It's fabricated. Sarah's trying to destroy me because I left her. The forensic accountant will arrive tomorrow, I said. He'll examine everything. Every transaction. Every contract. Every signature. And when he confirms what I've shown you today, we'll be calling the police. Rebecca grabbed David's arm. David, we should go. We don't have to listen to this. Actually, you do. I turned to Rebecca. You're listed as Chief Marketing Officer. Salary $300,000 a year. Strange, since we don't have a marketing department. And you've never produced any work. That's called fraud. You'll be named in the criminal complaint. Her face crumbled. Not so confident now. This is a coup, David snarled. You're all turning on me because she's crying to you. I built this company. I made it profitable. You destroyed it, Marcus said quietly. Richard built Coleman Industries on trust and quality. You've turned it into a money laundering operation. It's over, David. I want a vote, David demanded. Board vote. Right now. Me or her. Fine. I looked at each board member. All in favor of removing David Chen as CEO and banning him from any future involvement with Coleman Industries? 11 hands went up. Only David's friend, a man named Robert Lake, hesitated. Robert, I said. He looked at David, then at the papers, then at me. I'm sorry, David. His hand went up. 12-0. Security escorted David and Rebecca out of the building. David screamed threats the whole way. Lawyers. Lawsuits. Destruction. But his voice faded as the elevator doors closed, and suddenly the boardroom was quiet. I stood at the window, watching them get into David's car below. Rebecca was crying. David was on his phone, probably calling every contact he had. Let him. The evidence was airtight. Sarah. Marcus stood beside me. Are you okay? No, I said honestly. But I will be. What's next? I turned to face the board. 12 people who just witnessed me dismantle my husband. Some looked impressed. Others uncomfortable. All of them were waiting. We rebuild, I said simply. My father created something beautiful. David corrupted it. Now we go back to the beginning. Quality products. Honest deals. No shortcuts. That will take time, Victoria said. And money. David did real damage. I know. But we start today. I looked at Marcus. I want you as interim CEO while I learn the business properly. I've been a silent partner long enough. Time to understand what my father actually built. Marcus nodded. It would be an honor. And I want a full audit. Every department. Every contract. If there are more people like Rebecca hiding in this company, I want them found and fired. Consider it done. I gathered my things. Board meeting next week. Same time. We'll discuss the restructuring plan then. As I walked to the elevator, Jennifer caught up with me. Sarah, what you did in there. Your father would be so proud. My eyes burned, but I didn't cry. Not yet. I hope so. Where are you going now? To see a lawyer. I need to file for divorce before David recovers from the shock. David's lawyer called me 16 times that day. I ignored every call. Instead, I met with Patricia Morgan, the best divorce attorney in the city. She was 60, sharp as broken glass, with a reputation for destroying cheating husbands. Tell me everything, Patricia said, pouring coffee in her office. I did. The forgery. The affair. The public humiliation. The baby. Patricia's smile was predatory. Oh, he really thought he was clever, didn't he? He was. For a while. Here's what we do. You file first. Today. We claim fraud, adultery, and financial abuse. We freeze all joint accounts immediately. And we push for a fast court date before he can hide assets. He'll fight. Let him. You have evidence. Recordings. Witnesses. A forensic audit beginning tomorrow. He has excuses and a pregnant mistress. Patricia leaned forward. Sarah, by the time I'm done, David won't have enough money for bus fare. Something in me hesitated. Not because I still love David. That died last night. But because destroying someone completely, even someone who deserved it, required a coldness I wasn't sure I had. Then I remembered his words. Too cold. A man has needs. I remembered Rebecca's smile. If anyone does. I remembered 200 people laughing while my world ended. Do it, I said. All of it. The divorce papers were served that evening. David was at his apartment, The penthouse he'd bought with stolen money. The process server called to confirm delivery. How'd he react? I asked. Threw the papers at me. Started yelling about his lawyer. Pretty standard rich guy meltdown. I almost smiled. Almost. My phone rang immediately. David. I let it go to voicemail. He called 9 more times. Finally, I blocked his number. But Rebecca called from a different number. I answered out of curiosity. What do you want? I said, Sarah, please. Rebecca's voice was small now. Scared. David's going crazy. He says you're trying to destroy him. Can't we work this out? For the baby. There is no baby, Rebecca. Silence. What? She whispered. You're not pregnant. You're lying. Maybe to trap David. Maybe because you thought it would hurt me more. I don't care which. But I had Monica follow you yesterday. You went to 3 different stores buying fake pregnancy tests. The positive ones you can buy online. More silence. Then, you can't prove that. I have video. Time-stamped. Your face clear as day. Monica also checked your social media. You posted about getting your period 2 weeks ago before you deleted it. Too late. Screenshots exist forever. Rebecca's voice cracked. I can explain. Save it for David. I'm sure he'll be thrilled to hear how you trapped him with a fake baby. How you manipulated him just like he manipulated me. You deserve each other. I hung up. 10 minutes later, I heard shouting from outside my window. I lived in a brownstone near the park. Below, on the sidewalk, David and Rebecca were screaming at each other. Neighbors watched. Someone filmed on their phone. You lied. David roared. About everything. You used me. Rebecca screamed back. You said we'd be together. That you loved me. I needed you to hurt Sarah. That's all you were good for. Rebecca slapped him. Hard. David grabbed her arm. 2 men jogged over, separating them. Police sirens wailed in the distance. I closed the curtain. Let them destroy each other. I had work to do. The forensic audit took 3 weeks. The accountant, a man named Gerald Price, found everything. Shell companies. Fake invoices. Money laundering through construction projects that never existed. David had stolen $47 million. But Gerald found something else. Something even David's lawyer didn't know about. There's a second set of books, Gerald explained in my office. Hidden accounts in the Cayman Islands. David wasn't working alone. He had help from someone inside the company. Someone with high-level access. My stomach tightened. Who? Robert Lake. The board member who almost voted for David. My father's old friend. Are you sure? Gerald showed me the evidence. Robert's signatures on offshore transfers. Emails discussing percentages. He'd been stealing alongside David for 18 months, taking a 30% cut. I felt sick. Robert came to my father's funeral. Hugged me. Told me he'd always be there if I needed anything. What do we do? Marcus asked. He'd been sitting quietly, listening. We call the police, I said. Both of them. David and Robert. Criminal charges for everything. Robert will claim ignorance. Say David forced him. Then he should have come to me sooner. I looked at Gerald. How much did Robert steal? Roughly 14 million. And David? 47 million. But there's more. The properties he sold? He planned to buy them back through those shell companies once the divorce was final. He would have owned everything legally. David's plan crystallized. Marry me. Access my inheritance. Strip the company. Divorce me publicly so I'd run away broken. Buy everything back cheap. Rebrand it. Cut me out completely. It almost worked. The arrests happened on a Thursday morning. David was drinking coffee at a cafe when detectives approached. He ran. Actual ran. Knocking over tables and chairs. They caught him half a block away. The video went viral. Robert turned himself in quietly, trying to save face. It didn't work. The trial would take months, but Patricia assured me we'd win everything. The evidence was overwhelming. David's lawyer tried to negotiate, Patricia told me over lunch. He wants a plea deal. 5 years in prison, pay back 20 million, keep his dignity. What did you say? I laughed. Then I said no deal. He gets nothing. He loses everything. Just like he wanted for you. I should have felt satisfaction. Victory. But mostly I felt tired. Sad. Not for David, but for the version of myself that loved him. That believed in him. She died at that anniversary party, and I mourned her. Sarah. Patricia touched my hand. You okay? Yeah. Just thinking about my father. He knew. All along. He knew what David was. Parents usually do. We just don't want to believe they're right. I miss him. I know, honey. But he gave you the tools to fight back. That's love. Real love. 6 months later, Coleman Industries was transformed. We'd cut the dead weight. Hired new people. Returned to my father's original vision of quality and integrity. Revenue dropped initially, but our reputation soared. Companies wanted to work with us again. Trust returned. I worked 16-hour days, learning everything. Manufacturing processes, contract negotiations, employee management. Marcus taught me patiently, never making me feel stupid for asking questions. Monica became my chief operating officer. She was brilliant with logistics and had my back completely. You've changed, Monica said one evening as we reviewed quarterly reports. How? You're stronger, clearer. You know what you want now. I know what I don't want. That's a start. David's sentencing is next week. I nodded. 15 years for fraud, embezzlement, and forgery. Rebecca got 3 years for her role. Robert got 10 years and had to pay back everything he stole. Are you going to the sentencing? Monica asked. No. I don't need to see it. It's over. Really over? I thought about that. David would rot in prison. Rebecca would be forgotten. Robert's family had disowned him. Coleman Industries was thriving under honest leadership. Yeah, I said. Really over. But life doesn't end clean. There are always loose threads. One came from David's mother, Catherine. She'd been a cold woman who never liked me, always thought David married beneath himself. But she showed up at my office one afternoon, looking small and old. I need to talk to you, Catherine said. I almost said no, but something in her face stopped me. 5 minutes. We sat in my father's old study. Catherine looked around, her eyes wet. Richard was a good man, she said quietly. I always envied his relationship with you. The respect. The love. Why are you here, Catherine? To apologize. And to tell you the truth about David. I waited. He wasn't always like this, she began. When he was young, David was sweet. Kind. But his father, my husband, he was brutal. Nothing David did was ever good enough. He needed to be richer, smarter, more successful. It twisted something inside him. That doesn't excuse what he did. No, it doesn't. But I wanted you to understand why. David didn't love you less. He loved power more. And that hunger destroyed him. Catherine pulled an envelope from her purse. This is for you. Money. Not much, just 50,000. It's from my personal account. I want you to have it. I don't want your money. It's not for you. It's for me. So I can sleep at night knowing I tried to make something right. She stood. I'm moving to Florida, away from this city and the shame. But I wanted to say, I'm sorry for raising a man who hurt you. And I'm proud of what you've become. Your father would be too. She left before I could respond. I opened the envelope. Inside was a check and a photograph. Young David, maybe 8 years old, smiling at the camera. Genuinely happy before the world ruined him. I stared at that photo for a long time. Then I put it in a drawer and locked it. Some memories need to stay buried. A year after the arrests, Coleman Industries had its best quarter in a decade. We'd expanded into sustainable technology, green manufacturing, products that helped people instead of just making profit. I stood in the factory, watching workers assemble solar panels. These would go to schools in poor neighborhoods. Part of our new community initiative. Your father would be proud, Marcus said beside me. You think so? I know so. This is what he wanted. Not just a successful company, but one that mattered. That helped people. A young worker approached nervously. Ms. Coleman? Can I ask you something? Of course. Why did you stay? After everything that happened, you could have sold the company. Disappeared. Started over somewhere new. Why fight so hard? I thought about my father's letter. His hidden drawer. The weapons he'd given me. Because running away is easy, I said. Staying and rebuilding? That takes courage. My father taught me that. And I wasn't going to let someone like David steal his legacy. Or mine. The worker smiled. You're kind of amazing, you know that? I'm just stubborn. The final chapter came 2 years after the anniversary party. I was at a charity gala, representing Coleman Industries. We donated $2 million to literacy programs. A man approached. Handsome, confident, with kind eyes. Sarah Coleman? Yes. I'm James Park. I run a non-profit for foster children. I've been following your company's transformation. It's impressive. Thank you. I was wondering, would you consider partnering with us? We need job training programs for teenagers aging out of foster care. Your factories could provide real-world experience. Something in his voice, his passion. It reminded me of my father. Send me a proposal, I said. Let's talk. James smiled. I will. And Sarah? I'm sorry about what happened with your husband. I read about it. What you did fighting back like that. It inspired a lot of people, including me. He walked away before I could respond. Monica appeared at my elbow, grinning. He's cute. Monica, don't. I'm just saying. You've rebuilt the company. Destroyed your enemies. Maybe it's time to rebuild yourself too. The personal parts. I don't know if I'm ready. Nobody's ever ready. But you're not broken anymore, Sarah. You're whole. You're powerful. You're free. Free. That word hit different than I expected. Because she was right. For the first time in years, I wasn't afraid. Wasn't waiting for the other shoe to drop. Wasn't trying to be someone else's version of perfect. I was just me. Sarah Coleman. Daughter of Richard. Builder of empires. Survivor of betrayal. And that was enough. 3 months later, James and I had coffee. Then dinner. Then more dinners. He made me laugh. Really laugh. Not the polite smile I'd perfected for business meetings. He knew my story but didn't treat me like I was damaged. He saw strength where others saw scars. Why me? I asked one night over wine. What do you mean? You could date anyone. Why choose someone with my baggage? James set down his glass. Because your baggage is proof you survived. That you fought. That you're real. I don't want perfect, Sarah. I want genuine. And you're the most genuine person I've ever met. I kissed him. First kiss since David. It felt like breathing after being underwater. We took it slow. No rushing. No promises we couldn't keep. Just two people learning to trust again. Coleman Industries kept growing. We opened factories in 3 new states. Hired 500 people. Won awards for ethical business practices. My father's photograph sat on my desk. Sometimes I talked to him, updating him on everything. Maybe he heard me. Maybe not. But it helped. 5 years after that terrible anniversary party, I stood at my father's grave. It was raining softly, the kind of rain that feels like the world is washing itself clean. "I did it, Dad," I said quietly. "I saved the company. I made it better. And I'm happy. Actually happy. Not pretending anymore." The rain fell. Birds sang. Life continued. David got out of prison last month. Early release for good behavior. He tried to call me. I didn't answer. He's someone else's problem now. Or maybe just his own. I placed flowers on the grave. White roses. His favorite. I met someone. James. You'd like him. He reminds me of you, actually. The good parts. The honest parts. We're taking it slow, but I think this one might be real. The rain picked up. I opened my umbrella. I'm not angry anymore. That's the weirdest part. I thought I'd hate David forever. But hatred takes energy I need for better things. So I let it go. I let him go. And now I'm free. I turned to leave, then stopped. "Oh, and Dad? I finally understand what you meant about silence being strategy. It's not about being weak or invisible. It's about watching, learning, waiting for the right moment to strike. You taught me that. And it saved me." I walked back to my car. James was waiting, holding 2 coffees. "You okay?" he asked. "Yeah, I really am." We drove back to the city, to Coleman Industries, to the life I'd built from ashes and betrayal and pain. David wanted to destroy me. Rebecca wanted to replace me. Robert wanted to steal from me. But they all forgot one important thing. You can't break what's already learned to bend. You can't defeat someone who's already survived their worst nightmare. I was my father's daughter, built of steel and silence and stubborn determination. And I wasn't just surviving anymore. I was thriving. The end.